So what is partial rep match? If you guys have been in the program for a bit of time, you've done something called myo rep match. It's going to be very similar except with partial reps. So essentially you will take your first set all the way to failure, to 0 RIR, until you can no longer do any more good full range of motion reps. Are we clear? You're taking your first set all the way to full range of motion failure. When you can no longer do more good reps with full range of motion, you are done. Then you're gonna rest the allotted time. And then in your next set, presumably because you went so hard on that first set, you won't be able to match as many reps as you got. If you got 12 reps in your first set all out to failure, chances are you're gonna get something between 9 and 11 reps on your second set all out to failure. However, what we're going to do is use partial reps to match our first set's effort. And so if you got 12 all out on your first set, and then on your second set, after 10, you realize you can't do anymore, you're gonna do another partial rep for 11 and another partial rep for 12. And you will use partial reps to match whatever you got in your first set. So the example I'm gonna give you guys now is I did 12 reps of lateral raises and it was all out 0 RIR for me. And then I rested 2 minutes and I made you this video. Now I'm gonna perform my second set, and as you see, as I get to about my 10th rep, I'm probably not gonna be able to do any more full reps, but I'll be able to do maybe the first 75%, and I'll use those partial reps to match whatever I did in the first set. And so here we go. Remember, I got 12 reps in my first set, all out to failure. That's 8, 9, and that's my last full range of motion, but I'm gonna do 2 more as high as I can, even if they're partial, so that I can get myself back to 12. And so no matter what, your reps are gonna be the same for the 3 sets. You will get 12 on your first one, 12 on your second one, 12 on your third one, but chances are it's gonna take you a couple of partial reps to get back to 12 on those other sets. Now, when it comes to progression, you're only going to be trying to progress on that first set week to week. So when you show up and you did 12 for your first set last week, you're gonna try and do 13 or add a little bit of load. You're not worried about progressing on the other sets because by progressing on the first set, you'll have to progress on the other ones too. This is just a way to spice up some of these movements, and if we're looking at a resistance profile perspective, we're gonna be using this technique with exercises that are hardest in the short position, and this is gonna be a way to get a little bit more out of those movements in the lengthened position. So again, just to recap, you're gonna take your first set all out to full range of motion failure. Then you're gonna rest however long I tell you to, and you're going to do another set all out to failure. But because you're still tired from that first set, you're not gonna get as many reps as you did the first time. And so when you hit 10, in order to get those last 2 and match your first set's effort, whether it's 12 or 8 or 10, whatever you got in that first set, you're gonna use partial reps to match that first set number. That's why it's called partial rep match.